Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final part 5 of AMEDAMA. Yes, indeed, I haven't quite abandoned this game. Part 4 was a while ago, but I took a break from the usual schedule for this because I had a visitor 2 Sundays ago, and I wanted to focus on them. Esther, my friend. So I didn't do Bombadama then, and we are finally cycled back to the week where I would continue it. So we are back here for part 5, and this will indeed be the last part. My original goal was perhaps to 100% this game, get all the body brochure filled up, get all the recipes. I have decided not to do that, but what I want to do is absolutely I want to finish all the main. I want to finish all the timeline paths. I feel like that is the main completion objective. So that's what we're going to do today. But of course, before we begin this wrap up, if you like the video, you think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, think about coming over to Twitch. We're trying to reach a partner over here. But of course, we need more viewers to do that. So if you want to come by, whether to lurk or to talk, think about doing so. Because it does make a big difference, and we'd honestly love to have you. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content. And I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool stuff. Links are in the description, and you can check them out at your leisure. Also, hello there, Zedjar. Actually, seeing you today just made me realize something. Would you mind sending me a quick DM? It doesn't matter what you send, just send me a quick DM. The reason I'm asking that from you is because you recently gave me a lovely donation that I don't think I actually got it. I have to refer back to this. I was giving it some time for it to process. I don't know. Maybe there's a particular day of the week that Boosty processes donations. I'm still not used to the platform, but I actually haven't received that yet. What you donated through Boosty. So give me a DM later. That will just simply, it doesn't matter what you say, just give me a DM. That will remind me to check after the stream and see if I can figure out what's going on with that again. Because, yeah, we definitely want to make sure that donation you said actually gets to me. I received the donation on Boosty, but I haven't received the money. It's notified me you gave me money on Boosty, but I haven't actually gotten it. So I'll try to figure that out later. I just remembered casually as you showed up today. So yeah, just send me a DM and that'll race my brain later, so I go oh yes, I need to check that. But in any case, this game, I'll be honest with you, this wrap-up session is partially obligatory. I did want to come back and finish up a few things, but honestly, I've kind of decided that this game isn't really that great. It's a good game. It's got everything it does as a first impression is right. It has a good world design. It has pretty interesting characters. The story's pretty good. When you look at it in a linear fashion. And the combat's pretty solid as well. But, the further you go into it, the more the cracks start to show in this game. I think we've all kind of seen that. Also, in Part 4, this game was doing something really wonky. It was the game. I verified this. You guys may remember in Part 4, I was complaining how, my computer was doing something kind of weird during the gameplay. Far as I could tell, it was AMEDAMA itself doing something weird. Sort of weirdly switching my windows or something. Hopefully it doesn't do that today, but regardless, it's the last session for this game, so it won't be a big deal. But yeah, this game, the Groundhog Day element, when you get down to it, it was a good idea, poor execution, you know? I think this is the save we want, because it's the furthest along, so I'll load this one up. Yes. We won the game. For answering the question of what did we do. We have won. But we haven't completed every path. Now, during Part 4, we were having a little bit of trouble doing a mop-up. I believe it was specifically... What was it? What path was it? I think it was... It's a little side path. Was it this one? No. There was a little side path we were having a hell of a time completing, and then I completed it, but then I accidentally mixed up my saves and lost the progress again. I told you guys at Part 4 that I do it off-stream, and I did. I did do it off-stream. But in the process of trying to wrap this up off-stream, this one thing, I messed it up again. I had to do it 2 more times off-stream because I kept messing it up. And I know why I was messing it up now. It was very weird. Yeah, this is it, right here. This little side path here. I was sadly drawn to the Battle of Muyo because he was suspicious of Shiden. This one required you to be Shiden, which is this little teeny path that just goes right back to this Fate path. This requires being Shiden. We were having trouble even finding Shiden, because, like, he's just around at different times of day, at different times of the, events. So I had trouble finding Shiden in the first place. Finally got him, went through the event, then messed up my saves and lost the progress while I was streaming part 4. Off stream, I did it again and messed up again. So I learned something very important. You see how this side path is like at the beginning of the timeline? Like it's not at day 7. It doesn't end with day 7. It's this early path. Now let me ask you a question. If I had this path completely completed, this Hizume collaboration path as well as a Sanjay collaboration path. I had these paths completed. But I had to do this little side path that hadn't been completed. So once I completed the side path and ended up here, what would be a logical thing to do at that point? Would you decide to restart the timeline because you just completed the side path and that's all you wanted to do on that timeline? Would you restart the day 1 at that point? Or would you just randomly complete the entire day, the entire week for no reason? Even though you've already done it. What would you do after completing that side path? Would you try to go back to day 1? Or would you just go to day 7 for no reason? Save, enter, restart. That's why I messed up when I was off stream doing this. I messed it up again. Because that's exactly what I did. I came to this path, I did this side path, and then when I ended up back up here, I was like, alright, I did the side path, I'm done here, I don't need to complete this path, I've already done this path, let me restart from day 1 again. Guess what? When I did that, this was now incomplete again. If you do a side path, it doesn't matter what you do. If you want your progress to save on the paths you've done during the week, you must finish the week. And that's really dumb, I think, because this game requires so much repetition down old paths anyways. So the fact that I had to do this really early side path and then still do all of these other events and finish the week just to save the progress of that side path, bad design. Bad design. But that's the problem with this game. The more we got into it, like, its first impressions were great, but the further and further we got into it, the more and more we repeated steps, the more I realized this game is really poorly designed. You know, it really, unfortunately, is pretty poorly designed. And we have some stuff to finish up, and I do believe it'll require some repetition. Here's the thing. At some point during this game's progress, once I got far enough in, what should have happened? We should have been able to unlock the ability to start at any day, or at the very least, start in the middle of the week. But the only points we can start at is the start of the week, and weirdly enough, if we get to the end portion, like the actual good end portion, remember down here? The devs did something weird. If you lose in this section, the game will let you start from this point. Like, instead of starting from day 1 if you lose, you get to, like, go to this point, right here, like at the start of day 7. Which is very weird. And it's like the devs kind of copying out at the last minute, going like, wait, maybe our system isn't that great. We'll give the player a shortcut if they lose, right here. Which is really weird, right? Because the rest of the game doesn't do that. It's just this one specific situation where that happens. Anyways, here's what we have to do today. We completed the ending. We completed both of the endings, the bad ending. Well, the bad ending where we just beat Garo and then we died to Kuroseichi. Then we did the ending where we beat Kuroseichi as Garo. But we haven't done the ending where we beat Kuroseichi as Yui, which requires losing to Kuroseichi with Garo, or Gamo, and then you can become Yui, and then we can defeat him as Yui, and that will create an ending as well. We need to do that. We also need to do something that I'm going to consider, honestly, this is obnoxious. Remember this gauntlet path where we had a ton of fights? And if we did everything right and became the correct people, we got more and more allies, which allowed us to progress to the good ending. Remember how we did that? Where, like, each of these was like a check. You see those little side paths? Each of these is like a check, right here, here, and here. And if you don't have the other paths completed, you can't get more allies and you lose. Well, each of those 3 steps, we need to do them. We need to lose. So we need to get to this first final test and lose. We need to get the second final test and lose. We need to get to the third final test and lose. And then we'll have all the side paths. But keep in mind, each of those tests, to do them, we got to go through from day 1. So we need to figure out how to do this the most efficient way possible to finish these final paths. Because, my goodness. Like, my goodness. You may see, by the way, on this save, I did do us a favor. I put us right on the timeline where we can go down to this, so... yeah, that's why I saved where I did here, off-stream. So let us talk to Muyo and get down this... So yeah, I do believe what we have to do today, and it really just shows the problem with this game. We gotta do this. Watch the path here. We gotta do do, and then do, lose here, finish that, then restart for day one, and then do, succeed, and then lose here, then go back to day one, then succeed, lose here, go back to day one, succeed, lose Gamo, beat the game as Yui, done. This is what we must do. Basically, I've just that is basically what we must do. And do you see the problem here? This game, I like the Groundhog Day concept, but since time only moves with events, I actually regret saying something in part one. In part one, I was really happy that the events and the timeline only moved when I completed events. I was like, oh, it's a Groundhog Day game where time only advances when I do events, so I won't run out of time to do something by just wasting time. That's great. I was very happy about that. But you know what? Now I wish that time did advance the days, because that would actually make this easier, because we could just wait, or like hit a pass the time command and wait a certain number of hours and move to the next day, and we could just get on with the events that we actually need to do. Because these first 4 events that we gotta do over and over again, these are just fluff. We just gotta get there to get to this point. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and start doing what I just said as quickly as possible. All right. So y'all know the definition of setting, and see that's the problem. What we have left to do demonstrates the problem with this game. Why didn't they give us the ability to warp between days? I understand not giving us the ability at the beginning of the game. That'd be kind of silly. That was a weird jump I did. Oh, okay. It would be very silly to give me that ability at the beginning of the game. But why didn't they give that ability to me, like, later on? Right? Like, why don't I have the ability to do that later? Once I get far enough in the game, making it so the repetition is not as repetitious would be, like, really smart. And yet, they don't do that. I realize my mop is not hitting him. That's okay. Alright, anyways. The only good news is I keep leveling up, so I'm stronger and stronger, making this easier and easier. Alright, so I believe I just go through this, if I recall. Yeah, we're on the right path. So remember, we have 3 tests on this path, and we must pass each test to get to the ending path. Oh. We must fail each of those tests, but on individual runs. And then we can go to the ending path and do one more ending. This is our goal today. We'll make it as fast as possible. But yeah, this game, I want to complete all the paths. It's just a damn shame it's so repetitious about it, right? Oh my god, stop blocking! Holy shit, I did break the game. Also, I noticed as we play this game is not very stable. Like, when you get down to it, this game is actually not very stable at all. I just broke the game for a moment. Why? Because I was hitting 4 guarded enemies together with a combo. You know? Game not stable, man. Game is not stable. Also, I'm sorry, I have to keep my mouse on the screen because of the weird glitch that can also occur where it does weird things with Windows via mouse click, so I'm gonna be safe about that. Why do I even bother picking money at this point? I barely ever use it, and half of it's in the floor, so... let's become... I don't know, him? We don't need our fireworks guy anymore, at least not for now. Let's be the strongest retainer. I think I should pick the strongest, okay. But yeah, so... Like, man... I want to like this game. I want to be like, this game is really good. But honestly, the further you get into it, the more you realize that it's actually quite a tedious game. And it doesn't... Like, Groundhog Day games are repetitive. That's a by nature sort of thing. But the thing is, the Groundhog Day formula works really well with some games. And the repetition is fine. Like, the repetition in some Groundhog Day games really adds to it. But a lot of them, they usually add some means to, like... They usually add some means to, speed it up, you know? There's some way to, like... Oh, I've gone far enough in the Groundhog Day game that I've unlocked a time warp ability. Think Majora's Mask. Even Majora's Mask gave you time options, even though it was only 3 days to work with. I'm annoyed that I still have to try at this level. Oh no. Well, I guess I'll just sit here for a bit. I love how I'm stunned until the stamina completely recovers. Are you serious? And then I get knocked down. Asshole. Yep. Okay. I'm like, did you see this? I was like, okay, I'm ready to guard your attack. Oh, okay, I guess I'll just hit you in the back then. I guess since you're just gonna do that. Like, alright. Good AI. He just, like, gave me his back for, like, 10 seconds. So I was like, alright, I guess so. Man, these enemies on this path are real meat shields, I've just realized. Like, man, they just have too much health. I'm pretty high level, so my level determines how strong I am, so higher level means more damage. I'm pretty high level, and yet these things are still tanks. I mean, obviously, my damage also is determined by the character I'm picking, but even so. It's still best just to... I also feel like this game is just balanced because countering does so much damage is usually the correct option. Like, you don't want to attack, you want to counter, if you can. I'm just attacking to change it up, honestly. Xerix, I am better now that I spent a little time being unsick before the stream, so... Yeah, honestly, at this point, this is kind of brain dead. I'm just gonna follow the arrow and not pay attention to things. The only thing I must do, like, the only part where I have to try is basically when I, where's the executioner guy? He's strong. There he is. Okay. I'm basically just gonna do this part kind of brain dead admittedly because I'm just gonna, it's just advance the path, follow the arrow, and then when I get to one of the test points, which is still 2 events ahead, then I just need to fail each test once. That's basically all I have to do. The only good thing I could say about all this is that it's at least pretty simple to do this path. Like, it doesn't take much effort, especially for the beginning. Yeah, we've all seen these events, these cutscenes, and we're gonna have to keep skipping through them 4 times today. It's a shame the game is structured that... It's a shame this game kind of went downhill the more I played it. Like, I really did think it was gonna be a lot better than it ended up being. Sorry. Just here for pot eggplant. And also, keep in mind, too, I gotta do this path 4 times, and you know what this path is all about? Millions of fights. So it's not exactly quick, either. It's like a fucking battle royale the whole time. It went through this. Wow, that worked. That actually worked exactly the way I was hoping it would. Okay, cool. You didn't know, it's fine. But I still want to finish the paths at this point, you know? At this point, I'm interested in finishing the paths. Because I'm this deep in. And while I'm not going to actually 100% the game, I am going to 100% the paths. Because if this game has any reward... I don't know if this game has a reward system, but if it has one, it's probably going to be if you complete all the paths. Like, I don't think I'm going to get a reward for completing the body brochure or the recipes or whatever, but if I got a reward for anything, I'd expect it to be for completing this chart. Completing this chart. If this does something, that would make the most sense. You know, completing the chart. I wonder what it'll do, if it does anything at all. Okay, we're at the transition. We're at the moment of transition, so let me look this up. Let me drop a save to be safe, too, because you can just, like, mess up and have to restart from day one. It sucks. Alright, so I believe here it was... Moo and Cuppy were nearly kind of trapped at the end, but I managed to rescue them. So I need to not rescue them. Alright, then. Like, step 1, don't rescue the peoples. There, I was looking for rice. You know what, actually? Hey, you. Food. That'll do. Onward. By the way, the recipe system in this game, I've never done it. Look. See this? I have a specialty. I played this game... Oh, I guess I have done it once. Or a couple times. Well, I've eaten some foods, but not very many. But here's the thing. See this thing called food combination? This is a mechanic the game never teaches you about. If you happen to eat a couple foods by just buying them from vendors, if you happen to eat some foods back to back, that creates a combination. If you just eat 2 things very close together, it can create a food combination, which is a thing, I guess. But it's kind of weird because that food combination thing never taught to the player. I don't know how you're supposed to even figure it out. I only know about it because I looked up something on the Steam page. So here's the thing. If I become Suzume here, I rescue them from the restaurant. That's the first of 3 tests, which last time I cleared. This time, I'm just not going to be Suzume. That will fail the test. Which is a different path, so... Really fully booked. Don't care, I'm coming in. Acquaints the captain. I dare say the captain's friends are the last breath for about it right now. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. A lot of Japanese games do love, like, emphasizing food or... Oh, shit, I forgot this guy actually has moves. Ow. Sorry for that, I can take care of it. Okay. So I have now failed an objective, I believe. So what will happen? Please, what I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers about something. If you fail the test, do you just die? Does it end? And you restart from day 1? Because that'd be great. Because that means this would be faster. Are moving the others okay? They're not. I hope that failing the test means that you just die. That's what I'm hoping. I thought it was odd that you bandits were in your nest. To think you'd be working with a rotator. The trip might have been in vain, but it wasn't entirely fruitless. Reinforcements. Can't just hightail it when the going gets rough. Thought you were looking for me. Continue to fight with the odds or it gets you is inadvisable, to say the least. I bid you a day. I do. You wouldn't say that. You're old Japanese. You wouldn't use a random French word. But okay, bye. Where'd that Kurd go? Kurikuma, we need to go after her. Never catch her. Besides, I guess they didn't die. Okay. Damn it, my dear friends. Together we couldn't save the domain and the domain lord, and our retainer friends too. Oh, great woe! Oh, great woe! I've never heard anybody say, oh, great woe. What a statement. Our side took a good thrashing. What are we going to do now? Doesn't change a thing. We just have more foes to deal with. Koichi killed so many men. If only I shifted her and went inside the end, but I probably could have saved the retainers. We know the others are about to be heading to the harbor. Better hurry. For those who didn't catch part 4, what the final test here is a 3-part thing where we are basically forced to forced to go through these tests where we can either lose people in battle, or if I shift over to the right people, because I can be possessed people, I can then take the people that would normally have been the foes, and I can turn them into friends, basically. And basically, there's 3 tests to basically turn foes into friends, and then you have a giant army, and then you go with a giant army to the harbor, and you actually manage to break through. But I assume that if you fail any of the tests, you don't have enough people, you don't break through. So, we basically are set to fail this now, because we are now on... Yeah, see, here, I'm now on this middle path. So I should be... Now, what there is a possibility here, by the way. There is a possibility that I don't have to do 3 paths. It looks like it progresses forward. It looks like these 3 tests, maybe I can fail them all in one go. That would be great. That would be great if that's the case. So in that case, that means we'd have to do, instead of 4 runs, 2 runs. That would be far better. So I think we actually might be okay here. So this might not be as bad as I thought. Now, that being said, it's a shame that... Consider the situation I'm in with this game. I'm in the situation where I'm going, hooray, I don't have to play as much. That's a shame. It's a damn shame when a game makes you go, alright, this is faster than I thought, I don't have to play as much of it. That's a real shame when that situation is like that, you know? I kind of understand since Waka Akami does say that as well, despite that. I don't remember Waka. But yeah, we see this, and we have to fight through here. I think I may have... Okay, there we go. So if I just go over here, instead of... So this is another case where I could turn these people to allies, but I'm not going to. Halt! Hold it right there. Let us through. Master Rokura's orders were explicit. We're not to let anyone through. If you don't withdraw, we'll show no mercy. What's going on here? Time to show you who you're dealing with. Walking the gray-haired boy with the lightsaber. I don't remember Akami very well. Why is the warrior monk already hurt? That's weird. This guy is trying to hit me, but he's standing in fire. It's a little trouble. Oh no, I stunned myself by guarding too long. So having a larger stamina meter as I level up means that... Here's the problem. The larger my stamina meter gets, the longer it takes for me to recover if I lose stamina. Oh no. Oh well. I can't even figure out who the hell is friend and foe here. There. Then we gotta be up like the nice guy, Goro. Okay, well he's getting dogpile, so I guess I'll just keep attacking. This combat system is good. Poor Goro. He basically can't do anything because he always has something behind him and in front of him, and you cannot block attacks from behind. So, oh, let me get around actually. Oh no, he hit me. How rude. Okay. What? Oh, it seems like I caught you unawares. How unfortunate for you. Look who is in cahoots. I didn't expect such a challenge, but I'll just have to reduce your numbers. I'll leave the rest to the others. Even if they fail, I'm well prepared for that. Wait, did you just threaten to kill us and then run away? What? Wait, you bastard! But Tab, forget it. You can't handle them alone. Is that the abbot? Damn it. We're starting to look pretty thin on the ground. Don't turn it back now. As for our dead comrades. For our dead comrades as much as anything, we need to finish those bastards. Not far from the harbor. This is it. Do or die. What was the abbot doing here? When did he show up? Lost a lot of men for that sucker punch. Should have shifted that abbot and stopped those monks. That might have saved the bandits. I like how the game keeps going, tisk, 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 you failed the test. What you should have done is pick the other answer. It's too late now. We need to get to the harbor. Game is being, like, so fucking signposty about it. Oh, yeah. Also, I should save now and then, just in case, like, something weird happens. But the good news is, yeah, we don't have to do the test. Oh, there's still some... and the game is so buggy, like, to the point of breaking, though. Like, for instance, see these monks? Yeah, these are guys we killed, but they just stood up again for no reason. So, that's interesting. Oh, and Goro is here to soul shift into, but I can't actually soul shift into him, so never mind. Like, he's there, but I can't actually do it. So, alright. At least I got some healing. Game is very buggy. I don't know what happened. Like, it feels like the latter part of the game, like, when we went down the story paths more, it got more buggy at that point. Right? Like, I don't know. It's like the later part of the game was not bug tested properly. Oh, a French word. Oh, okay. I don't know why this game used a French word, though. It doesn't really make sense. This game takes us out pretty seriously overall. For the most part, except for when I'm a frog. But... what on earth? What's going on? That's what I want to know. What's the meaning of this? Well, I never. If it ain't the captain strolling in with... I don't know why I'm getting a southern accent out of that. Well, I never. If it ain't the captain strolling in with the Kurikuma clan behind him. I'm just going to use that voice for him now. He's like, ah. Got a southerner just in feudal Japan, yeah. And then Kama leaves. Bye. Yeah, those repairs up to no good. Wait, haven't we seen this scene? Guess we don't have a choice. Okay.
Yes.
Organization, you are way up ahead. Yep. Yeah, just go for it. You there, what you think you're doing? If you don't want to lose your head, get back. Wait, hold on. What's the failure condition for this? Just double check and make sure I do this right. Let's see. I used Heba's body to make allies of the Bakudo. Right. I'm supposed to not kill these. Yeah, that made sense. I'm supposed to make allies of these guys too. Just making sure. But instead, let's beat them up. What? Are you with them? Time to die! Botan, you should be more specific. Who's dying? Say your prayer, swine. I don't know, say the line, time to die! It's like, I don't know. I don't know if that sounds threatening or not. Oh, those guys are really weak, okay. Damn, who put the bands and traitors together? Who put them together? Who put them together? Like a sandwich? Wow, who put ham and cheese together? It's clearly localized by Brits. Yeah, that's true. It does feel kind of British. Cursor, we wasted a lot of time with those Makuto. We really didn't. They were very weak. We better hightail to the heart. Why is the third wave of enemies weaker than the other two waves? We lost a fair few minutes to fight with the Makuto. Where did Heba go? The fight's only getting fierce from here on out. Still, the only way is forward. I should head to the harbor once I'm ready. Hold tight, Yui. I'm coming for you. I'm dead. Hold tight, Yui. I'm coming for you. Dead. Hold on. I'm coming in a second, but I must undie first. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird how I always, in a pile of corpses, I always just pick a body at random, and then it happens to be the strongest body, for the most part. Like, I just randomly always pick the strongest one. Saves me time. Alright, so... This is really relieving. I'm very glad. I honestly thought the way we'd have to do this is fail, lose, restart, fail, lose, restart, and then fail, lose, restart. But thankfully, it appears that we can fail everything at once and don't have to restart each time. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it was thunderous, which is actually rather appropriate. Considering this is a feudal Japan and we're having thunderstorms in this game, so he fits well with this stream. Botan, your voice lines never change. Botan just expressed in a head injury in voice. Like, okay. That's a gigantic boat. Is that warship? Yes, if I'm not mistaken, my prey must be on board. Oh, that's a weird way of putting it. It's a real behemoth for sure. What is this? What is that wretch Gabble planning? Look, they're upon us. It's Kirikuma and his men. Brace yourselves. Hey there, Crimson. Got some strong fighters on our side. I don't see how we could lose. Yushin, you were just bitching, like, in multiple dialogues how we kept losing men. And that we should have, like, done something to not lose men and get more men. I like how Yushin went from, man, we're losing too many people. Fortunately, we're doing really well. Like, what? Thanks, Yushin. This is it, the big battle. With our numbers, we'd be lucky if this ends in a stalemate. Still, what do you say? Oh, yeah. We're bandits. Payback's what we do. Kirikuma's right. I won't sleep till we get those bastards. Never asked why you risk your life to take down the coalition. I'm a samurai, plain and simple. It's in my blood. Kirikuma's like, hey, that's amusing. Samurais are silly. All comes down to this. Whatever happens, I gotta get through and save Yui. You're not going to. We're trying to fail here. Well, I mean, we're trying to beat everybody and fail. Because cutscene death. Oh, well, you... Botan, you basically just caught me on fire. Thank you. That must be the last of those Hizumi bastards. Not sure how I pulled that off. Their leader's still alive? Like, that took me... We're not sure how we pulled that off. It took, like, 20 seconds. It took longer than I thought. My god, Muyo, it took 20 seconds. What are you, a fucking feudal Japan speedrunner or something? Okay. What I love is how barely we can freely go between areas in one day and night, but when progressing through the story and everyone's taken a rad dash to a location takes multiple days. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you consider it's like, we gotta hurry to the harbor! Over the course of 4 days crossing one town! Like, okay. Wait, that's weird. That was actually a lot less guys. Oh, see, we missed the boat. Quite literally. I like how that was less of a fight than the success path, and yet we missed the boat. That's Yui. She's being forced aboard the ship. You certainly made a mess of things, you swine. Oh, hi, Heba. You sure picked your moment. What do you want? I need to get on board that ship. You're in the way. I mean, there's boats for everyone. There's a lot of boats here. Not in the mood to talk, are we? Not hot-headed as ever, you Heba. You rats gave my men a hard time indeed, but the ship is right there. The old wretches are all that stand in my way. Don't you dare try and stop me. Not when I'm this close to Yui. Okay. The game is lagging out sometimes. When he pulled his gun out, the game was like, oh shit, we gotta load a gun model, hold on! Ah! Like, he was having trouble there. Fortunately, Heba sucks, so I'm not really concerned. He's a boss, but not really. Okay. Why now? Just die, you worthless rats. No, I'm sorry, we're gonna explode. I like how he like crouched and was like, no, I'm fine actually. Well, what the hell? Bombardment, it's coming for the ship. Why are they firing at us? That was no cannon. What on earth was that? Damn it, after I made all this way. I'm so close, so damn close! I wonder if you can see me from the ship. I mean, she won't recognize you, Yushin, but yes, I guess so. So there. That is one of the two paths. That is the we gotta suck a whole bunch path. Not too hard, honestly. Yep, all those things happen. This is the last time we're going to see this failure screen, by the way. Uh-huh. Yeah, we do this already. 2B guards protecting the ship. I don't think a wild charge of the fray would cheat much. My idea is a speedy, surefire plan to break through the contingent guard of the ship. We sustained 2B losses at the end of the bridge. We were in no fit state when we reached the harbor. We need to keep as many of the retainers of Ad's lives as possible en route, and that means stopping Suzumi and Rakuro's attacks. Even that might be enough. If I shift my shoulder to Rakuro or Hebo, I should be able to marshal the warrior monks of the Pakudo. Yeah, anyways. Just telling us what to do, basically. Which is, in fact, what we'll do. Incidentally, that failure did do us something. Joining forces. We have completed... yeah, we'll see at the top one. We have completed... a new tale in the process of doing that, though. We have completed the tale of the Shioname domain. ED. Okay, the ending, I see. So now that leaves just one thing, and that's this thing right here. What's this? Hold on a second. Yes, I believe what this path is. I'm pretty sure what I need to do with this path. I am pretty sure. The only thing that's weirding me out is that it's at the top. It's above this one. I guess that's because this is the best path. Alright. So, let us pursue one more ending. And that means one more repetition. Playthrough data. What the hell? Playthrough data. Weird. My save file just got a little stamp on it. Why? What does that mean? Playthrough data. It feels like something you would get when you've beaten the game's first ending. But I just got it randomly right here while losing. Huh. Playthrough data. I don't even know what that means, but alright. But weirdly, I game cleared in part 4. Why did I only get this now? Oh, sorry, dog. I was just trying to hit the guy. Maybe because I completed all fail paths? I suppose I did. I did just complete all fail paths, technically. Not sure why that mattered, but... Alright, so... Kind of a weird thing to have put a stamp on your save file. Like, getting the true ending didn't do it, but getting all the fails got it? Like, okay. I guess. By the way, we need to be... So here's the thing. We actually need to be Asahi, but here's the thing. I need to be careful not to lose him. I gotta go through a few events before I get to that point. I gotta get through this, this, and this as a side. I gotta do that without... What? That was weird. Did you see that? Normally, once you already have somebody possessed, if you kick them, they get stunned and you can become them. But for some reason, aside, this was like... Fist shake. Like, okay, fist bump. That was weird. I'm really confused. The playthrough data, I wonder if that's also a glitch. It feels like that should have happened when I got the true ending in Part 4. That playthrough data should have been added then, but... All Foul Pass plus 1 win, I suppose, but what's weird is that you'd expect it to either happen when you either get a true ending or when you complete literally every path, which I haven't done yet, by the way. Not quite there yet. Okay, hopefully I have enough energy to play as what's his name? I gotta be honest with you, the most insufferable thing about this repetition are those little transition screens. I hate them now. Those little, like, oh, it's a lovely little flute sound. Oh, lovely little black screen. Lovely little icon moving over to the next little tick. Cool. But I am so sick of seeing it at this point because of the repetitious nature of this game. I don't know why the developers didn't think to maybe, like, let me skip through that. Like, why the hell do I have to sit through that every time? That little animation. There's no way to skip it. There's never been a way to skip it. And I am tired of the fact that you can't skip it. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, you're going to have to see that so many times. Let the player skip it. You have boob HP. What do you mean? What? Oh, I do have boob HP. Look at that. I bet max level's 100, by the way. Probably won't actually hit that in this playthrough, but... Yeah, anyways. Yeah, Saya, though. We gotta keep Fasai around for the particular point I need him at. Hopefully we can do that with just... Every kill is losing 9, so... Hopefully we won't lose too much. I don't think there's enough kills to make me lose a Sai. I'm pretty sure I can just... Because being him for the entirety of this first section is best, because he's very strong. It saves time. I believe we gotta take out, like, 6 or 8 people, so it should be okay. Because here's 5 here. Done. Moving on. I don't have boob HP anymore, I'm sorry to say. And then we have a fight which doesn't involve a kill, so that won't lower our soul. And then I think we're good. There we go. Almost there. It is a damn shame, though. I'm not happy with... Here's, by the way, I'm not happy with the fact that this game became less fun as I played it. I like its idea, but, like, I feel like somebody should mod this game and make it so you could just warp to any point in day. Like, you know what'd be cool? If you could... You know how I can, like, look at every little dot in this chart? You know what would be an amazing feature? If I could just click one of these dots and go right to that event. Go right to that day, go right to that event path. As long as it's completed. As long as I've completed it before, it'd be cool if I could just click any of these and go right there. Would that not make this game so much better? Oh, I'd like to go, you know, I beat this. I want to get to this ending here. I'm just going to click this one. I'm going to refight, you know, I'm going to refight Shiden, and then I'll just go over and do this, you know. Like that, Ready Reincarnation, this. By the way, notice that asterisk. Remember how I said I completed a side path, went back to day 1, and that side path wasn't completed. You have to complete the 7 days for that side path to be added. It says so right here. I just didn't realize. That doesn't make it better, though. Yeah, so... Yeah. But Ready Reincarnation, you may as well see that as reset your progress back to day 1. Like, whatever you did that day, strike it from the record, go back to day 1. Whatever you did for that week, you know? That's basically what that means. Nice icicle. You know what I love? This game's fairly grounded, but sometimes people just have laser beams. And I'm just like, where did you get that? Or like this guy, like him, he just throws an icicle. Like, where'd you get that? Again. Alright, so now we're just going to do the exact same path we just did, but this time we're going to do the success route with each of the 3 tests to get us back to the point where we can do the last engine we haven't done. Fucking, I hate this transition. I don't know, it's not even that long. You know, the little flute, the little black screen, seeing the time of day advance on the little map. It's not that long. But since it happens so frequently, I've gotten so tired of it. I wish there was just an option to disable it. Just, I don't need to see the times advancing if I know the route. It's just like, it's not necessary. It's just one more little thing to deal with in the repetition. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Actually, I think I've seen more games of a Groundhog Day formula that handle it poorly than ones that handle it well, unfortunately. It's a difficult thing to get right, a game that's built around repetition. It can be done well, it's just very rare. And the fact I have to hold the skip, too. I get why, so you can't accidentally skip, but I'm sure there's a way to speed it up. I like how these guys have, like, names sometimes based on their traits. So, like, this guy's Relaxed Retainer. Guys, look how relaxed this retainer is. Isn't he? Look how relaxed he is. He's just chilling. Very relaxed. Never mind the blood. He's just relaxed. He's so relaxed he let his blood out of his body, you know? Just let it, he could take a break too. What's a game you say does it well? I don't know. The only game I can think of off the top of my head at this moment, as far as like games that have that system in place, the only game I can think of that also did a Groundhog Day thing was Ephemeral Fantasia, which is a very fascinating game. I actually fondly remember it, even though I know it has a bad formula. Ephemeral Fantasia is an RPG with a very big, complex city in its Groundhog Day loop, and also it's time-based. So, like, time actually advances as you move around, so, like, you have to hurry to get stuff done. And getting lost in the city and losing time and failing to get to an event in time, that happens a lot in that game. But I still find that game extremely charming. There's something about it that really works for me.
Yeah.
I think it could have been a good reason why it's not skippable. Lodius, well, see, that's true, but, like, if I could select a certain event on the map to go to that time and event, the game would have time to load. You know, the game could load whatever state it wants in the process. Just a thought. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh, bugger. Forgot how to switch targets. Hold on. Yeah, screw. I'll take this guy first. That's whatever. Dead. Okay. Moving on. Now I can take out these guys. Easiest way to do so. Kind of throwing myself in the crowd and hoping they're not facing me, basically. It works pretty well. Come here. There we go. Slippery guy. A Majora's Mask and Majora's Mask is an obvious example, but Ephemeral Fantasia is a really interesting game. I recommend looking it up. Nobody knows about it. It's a PS2 RPG nobody's heard of. I have fond memories of it, but I will definitely say it didn't do it well. It did it more. I will say this though, Ephemeral Fantasia is more interesting than this game. Like, I would also say it's completely flawed with its Groundhog Day mechanic. I never beat the game, though, and I regret that. It was a hard-ass game to beat, but I kind of wish I had beaten it, though. The villain in that game is really interesting. In Ephemeral Fantasia, you're like a traveling musician, and you go to this big city that's going to have this, like, big wedding ceremony, and this, like, ruler guy is going to marry this lady. But then, like, when you get to the ceremony to play at it, the guy just, like, I think if I recall correctly, the guy just stabs his new bride. And then, like, everything goes to hell for a minute, and then time resets, and you're back at, like, a few days ago. And then you're like, what the fuck happened? You're like this musician that has to figure out, what the hell was that about? What is going on? And it's really quite interesting. If I recall correctly, it's been a long time since I've thought about that game, so I think that's how the plot went. Ephemeral. Yeah, ephemeral. Yeah, and also there's, in addition to being an RPG, you also play your instrument for things. If I recall correctly, your music allows you to, if you do things right, you like, get your companions. Your companions are stuck in the Groundhog Day loop, too. Like, they don't remember when the loop resets. You're the only one that remembers. And I think it's because of your special musical instrument or something. But if you basically go through story events where you, like, oh, this person's, like, really important. Like, they could help me out. I'm going to go through a quest to get to be able to play them a song, which lets them to now remember what's going on between loops. And then keep them as a... That basically is how you recruit people into your party in the game. By basically going through a quest to play them a song that then lets them remember their memories through the loop. Which basically keeps them as a party member. Recruits them as a proper party member. Since they know what's going on and they want to help you now. If I recall. It's a cool game. It didn't handle everything correctly, but I thought it was really neat. Yeah, basically. It's just a really neat game. I'll talk more about it after we're done with this game, because this won't fill the whole stream. I'll bring it up and we'll talk about it a little bit while I figure out what to do after we're done with this. Yeah. And there's also, like, good Guitar Hero minigames. Like, you actually play the instrument. Like, it's a rhythm game. At some points, too. So... It's a neat game. It didn't do. It's a very flawed game, but I really appreciate the ideas put into it. Maybe I'll just show you guys the first part of the. Like, I could do a. It would be quite an undertaking, but I could do it on my classic series. You know, where I play older games. I could put it on my, like, little classic series I do, which is an unofficial series, but you know. It's an idea. It's a game that stuck with me for many, many years. I remember it being very flawed, but it did a lot to make me remember it, too. Remember how I said the city was very complex that it was easy to get lost in? That sucked, but you know what was cool? The city was very complex. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. So, like, it was kind of a double-edged sword where, like, it was too complex and that kind of sucked, but that complexity was also kind of cool. I like how there's this fire here in this cutscene. That's great. Okay, so Am I on the right path right now? Just let's double check. Yeah, we're at the... So we need to now do the success path for each of these. Should be easy enough. I'm just going to save to be super careful, just in case I fuck something up. Alright, let's go do the pathing as we need to do it. It's very simple. I just need to become the right person before advancing events. It's very simple. The only thing that's tricky, I think, is if I recall, Gamo's like hiding in a building or something, so I have to go like figure out where he is again. But the others are pretty obvious, like, you know, like for instance, right here, I just have to walk over here. Self-Polis? That heck kind of name is that? Is that the name of the city? Ah, buggers. Why are there always samurais at this exact time? Kind of annoying. Alright, moving on. The antagonist. Yeah. By the way, I really kind of do want to beat that game because I really want to know what the deal with that guy is. I want to see what the final battle is. I was having trouble assessing her for some reason. Alright, there we go. I never beat the game, and I've never bothered to look up what I haven't seen of the game. Like, I could have spoiled it for myself by looking it up on YouTube, but I don't want to. I kind of never wanted to spoil myself with that game. I wanted to see for myself, you know? I never knew when I wanted to play it, but I definitely wanted to see for myself. Yeah, it was a hard game to beat. Because, like I said, the city is really complex. You can get lost. You can turn around lost in it, but you gotta, like, hurry to events and stuff, because time actually moves as you go. So, like, you gotta hurry to events, but also, like, city is very complex. There's a lot of random battles outside the city, too. So, like, it makes traverse a little slower, too. It's not a perfect game by any means. It's just a very interesting one. Why is there always samurai there at that time? It's because it's the same guys at each time loop. I mean, that's possible. But, yeah, here I can, like... Oh, yeah, here, I'm just gonna stand back, and let's see, what's a good line? That's a good line. Do-do-do-do-do. Whoop. There we go. I didn't do as much damage as I hoped, but that's fine. I just gotta walk in this fire with everyone else, I guess. Ow. Yeah, I wish I could just stay as her all the time. She's really fun to use. She's like super fast with high damage. I like how do you notice how often Botan is just throwing fire everywhere? He really is just loving that ability right now. Yeah, I did not get it. Yeah, like I said, it's a very flawed game. I feel like most people who play that game will not see why, in my personal opinion, it's a cool game. But it is a really neat game, but it has a lot of flaws. If I were to compare it to another game that I think is neat and has a lot of charm, but is honestly not a good game, Digimon World 3 comes to mind as well, another game that I think is very charming, but I would absolutely say is not a good game. Like, there's a level of, like, as a reviewer, I know this is a bad game. On a personal level, there's something about this game I really like. That sort of thing, you know? Okay, if I recall correctly, for now what I gotta do is kick Rakuro on the back, and then become Rakuro. I believe that's what I do for this one. And then I shuffle over here. Cool idea, poor execution. A few games are like that. Even this game, I would say, like, not a bad concept. Didn't do enough of it. I also feel like the story in this game kind of fell apart. Actually, you notice that? Like, do you notice how the story in this game was interesting, but then ultimately it kind of got bogged down because the game got confused about what the characters understood and what they did at any one moment. Like, I could go down one path, and Yue, our main character, is like, oh, I know what's going on. And then I go down a different path, and Yue is now forgotten because the game doesn't handle its events very well, so if you go down different paths, Yue remembers and forgets selective information. It's very, well, it breaks the game's story, it breaks the lore, it kind of breaks the believability. Ephemeral Fantasia didn't have that issue, because the whole point of Ephemeral Fantasia is that the main character always knew everything, and you were helping your main party members also know everything. So it was a case of everybody getting to know everything, and then you retain that information. So, like, everyone was Fantasia, if I recall correctly, its story held together. The problem was the gameplay was very difficult to go through. By the way, Landorus showed up. What the hell is going on today? Why are we getting these legendaries showing up? Why are we getting all the weather? Is all the weather trio showed up? What's going on here? Let's guess it's weather trio day. Alright, so this this part requires, I think, going up here. Yeah, here he is. Hi. I need to be you for a moment. Alright, now I'm good. Let me pick up some Kabayaki along the way. Thanks, bye. Genie Day. Alright, bye. Oh, ow. I like how this wave of my allies are just advancing. The guy that I was fighting just died in the middle of that advancement. It's like he got trampled. Thanks, Rotan. Thanks for that voice line. Is there a fourth one of that trio? Yeah, the one from Arceus Legends that I don't know very well, but it's based on, like, love or something? I don't know. The weather of love, you know. Love is in the air, as they say, because it's the current weather. Amorous, yes. Okay, now we just do a million fights, so give me a moment. Excuse me, just gotta go over here. Look at this guy here! This game is so glitchy. Look, this guy here doesn't have his weapon. He's gonna hit me with he's gonna hit me with nothing. Or is he just not gonna do anything? Oh, ow, oh no! Oh god, ow! Nothing, that hurts! Alright, yeah, some of the enemies just don't load properly, some don't die properly, some don't pull their weapons out properly. This game is such a glitchy mess sometimes. Botan's just having fun laughing while throwing Molotovs. Very good. It was Avarice. Yeah. Wait, what the hell was happening there at the end? There was some more fighting going on. I feel like this big battle royale, the finish, literally breaks the game. Like, the game breaks. This game is, like, kind of held together by toothpicks at sometimes. You could see it if there's enough going on. So when there's a million enemies and entities on screen, the game is more likely to break, more likely to just kind of fuck up. So this big battle royale at the end is honestly the glitchiest part of the game. I mean, can you even tell what the hell is going on in this fight? Like, seriously? Oh, that guy just get laser beamed to death? Alright, cool. That works. That's a good finisher, at least. Oh. Alright, next wave, come on. And there's a little, like, between cutscenes, there's a little bit of random fighting because some of the dead characters stand up and fight some more. It's such a glitchy game. It's pretty good. Need to look through this mess to find the enemies. Hold on. I think we did it. Wait, watch! Everybody's gonna stand up. Watch carefully. Watch. Watch. Everybody's. See, that guy stood up for some reason. That guy over there. Oh, this happened again. Oh no! Oh, I forgot something. I forgot about a game-breaking glitch. You guys remember? I just triggered the game-breaking glitch again. The game-breaking glitch is if you go through the Battle Royale and have your soul energy drained to 0, you soft lock. I forgot all about this. By the way, in a giant Battle Royale, having your soul energy drained to 0 is very easy, because the way your soul energy goes down is basically the longer you stay in a character, the more it goes down. Every time you kill an enemy, the soul energy drains. There's 5 million enemies. The only way to get through this Battle Royale with soul energy intact is to let your allies kill some things, but they're also very bad at that. Autosave reload. Well, I actually had a hard save before this big Battle Royale too, so... I forgot about this. And then if I go off screen to the left, it, like, seems to work. But it doesn't. So, like, for instance, I'll demonstrate. So, like, I could become him. And this looks fine. Like, okay, we're good. But if I go back up here, I think it breaks. Or, are we good? Let's find out. Oh, are we fine? Wait, did they do an update? Did they patch it? Did they fix it? They may have fixed it. Maybe they fixed it, actually. Okay. Well, thank God they fixed... Like, literally, how do you even have that glitch go through testing? Hey, here's a big Battle Royale where you have your soul energy likely drained to 0. However, if your soul energy drains to 0, you glitch and soft lock. Like, how do you avoid getting that in testing? Maybe it has a small chance. Maybe it is a small chance thing. Yeah. Wow. Okay, he's like super stunned. All right. Apparently, the best defense is a good offense with this guy. I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, he like doesn't do a counter really. Dad, where am I going? All right. Yeah, that's nice. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna check one thing though. Yeah, I did complete the main character by brochure. Technically, I never became Kuroshichi, but he counts as obtained once you beat him in the final battle. So, all right. I think at this official point, I now can save. I believe I want to save, and we basically want to. I don't remember at this point. Well, I know what I need to do for the final ending. It's a weird half-fail, half-win condition we need to do. Also, nothing on this ship is skippable. So I gotta go through all the dialogue here. For some reason, they're just like, oh no, this part of the game is really important. Even if you've already seen it before, you gotta watch it again. No skip button for this. We just disabled that. I'm sorry I bitch you so much. It's just... the game takes so much time that it's really in the player's best interest to have a little bit more ability to skip repetitious moments and events and animations and such.
Yes.
Okay, I believe I want to shift my soul to Gammo. Yeah. Punch him in the gut. Become him. If that bug does have a small chance of trickery, by the way, I like how I got it the first time. I shifted my soul. What do you mean? Okay, so this part here. This part's weird because I have a very specific objective. Just walk through. He's basically a ghost at this point. I gotta go through all these dialogue trees. There's no point. Okay, so I need to lose, but I don't remember how to lose. Like, there's two ways to lose. Do I need to cutscene lose? I feel like I need to cutscene lose. Because if I, like, HP lose, I think that might be a different result. So I need a cutscene lose here. Simple enough, really. At least we can enjoy the nice final battle music again. It's easy enough to avoid. Alright, that'll do. Let's try the music. Yeah, because if I HP die, I believe it actually resets me back to the dock. But if I timeout die, then we can advance to the last end then. It is very nice music. Soundtrack of this game is solid. He got tired running against the pier, or running against the mast. Yeah. Poor guy. So how are you guys doing today? What's up? It's considered if you should change this approach, decided against it. Now it's got to work eventually. You got to be able to face your solid matter eventually. You just got to keep trying. I had to clean out the fridge. Yeah, I had to do that occasionally too, recently. Tired from working. I'm sorry to hear that, Parker. You have a lot going on in your life, so I understand you getting fatigued physically. This timer is way too lenient. It takes way too long. You probably should take that out quickly, fair. I never leave trash saved for very long. Double fly flights of stairs. I feel ya. I double bake it just so it doesn't break. Okay. I like how at the end of the cutscene, at the end of the timer, it's like, what happens? Oh, he throws a cutscene bomb I can't avoid. Oh, wait. Oh, whoops, I messed up, actually. Hold on, I gotta reload. No, no, no. Cutscene death doesn't kill me, it kills her. Right. Well, do-over. This is why I have hard saves. It's all good. Yeah, it was an invisible bomb. That's why it's impossible to avoid. It's invisible. Wait, she's still alive. Oh, wait, no, I did this right. Somehow this is the correct path, because She gets fucking exploded. But I can become her now. Never mind, it's all good. I thought I did that wrong. And now the true final battle. Exploded Yui versus Kuroshichi. What's this thing? This life in here still. Step in to fight on this fool's behalf. Now this is interesting. I don't care who I'm fighting. No one's taking their hands on the explosives. Nobody? What about yourself? What's her special? Oh, okay. I like it. I know. You did mild damage to me. Get out of here, jerk. Just a damn kid! How dare you! Wow, you got wrecked, buddy. I won't give up. I won't give in. He's really the sort of final boss that needs a second form, I'll be honest. How the damn whelp like you fight like that? With them there, forbidden munitions, I was good at doing me old man. Listen, I understand we possess people when we cut them down or when they get cut down, but becoming somebody who literally got bombed, or, like, I don't know, it's a little harder. Did I slip away for a moment? Rory, you okay? Rory? Yushin, you forgot your memories again, that we knew this. Pyrotechnist. What was he doing here? Was this full after the forbidden munitions too? Rory, is this your doing? Rory, that must be Yui's real name. The ship is ablaze. We better get going. Oh. Rory, what on earth are you doing with that blade? Oh, okay, well... Can I accept that you're my father? You're a villain, plain and simple. It's not that plain and simple. Honestly, he's kind of a complex character, but I guess we'll pick the first one, even though we're now... That's weird. Every time Yui is anybody and talks for himself, he always talks like, hey, I'm Yui, I'm just possessing this person. But this time we're like cosplaying, actually. Proper as her. Like, okay, there. How is it? You know I'm your father. Oh. Came to that realization, but nevertheless, you don't trust me. Suppose I can't blame you. How could you trust the man who ordered the death of your own brother? Deep down, part of me knew this is how you'd react. That brother of yours, he raised you well. What I'm confused about is, Gamo is a complex person, so why in the ever-living hell did he kill Yui? Or, not Yui, our character. Who I've just drawn a blank on. But why did we have to die? Like, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense. Gamo doesn't seem completely bloodthirsty, so I don't really know why we had to die. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. The forbidden munitions must not be used for their intended purpose. I know what needs to be done. Rory, take the fellow who came here to rescue and flee this place, Rory. Don't worry, I'm going to end this. Tie up a loose end. I suppose since his plan was involving a lot of secrecy. I don't know. Even if the explosives were sealed away again, others would emerge, seeking their power. As long as the iron bucks and the musicians exist, you'll be hunting things to work. So this ending is similar to the good ending, like the best ending. It's very similar to that. It's just that we're Yui now, or Rory, I suppose. I never felt the rain strike with such fury, as if the raindrops were seeping through my very soul. Owie. You know, Rory grew up to look just like you. Yeah, we've seen this scene before. It's a bit of a shame that it's kind of repeating a lot of beats that we've already seen in another ending. But the best ending, we beat Kuroshichi as Gamo, and then Gamo and Yui had a moment. Or, they were able to have a moment together. And then the same thing just happened, where he told Yui to leave, and then he burned the boat and the munitions and himself. But in this version, Yui didn't live. Yui got bombed, and we cosplayed as Yui for that scene and stuff. So, in the best ending, Yui got away unharmed and unpossessed, and got to live a normal life. In this one, I'm not so sure. Yui. I mean, she got exploded. I don't know how she's doing. Wait, what? Oh, I've been rescued all of a sudden? You got literally grenaded in the face by invisible grenade. Are you okay? There was a huge puddle of blood. You possessing someone heals them. Is that the case? They never got really established as a point of plot, but okay. What? Gama's not here. No one is here. I'm all alone again. How could it be? I'm the lone survivor once more. Okay, this is very similar to the other ending now. I'm alone again? Is this ending basically the same as the other? If so, that's extremely lame. It is a separate path, so... I'm just gonna skip through this because I have read this already. It's a good moment. It's just sad to see that the alternative ending is basically the same thing. It's like, okay, what was the point then? I just beat Kuroshichi as a different character. That's like the main difference. Also, to get rid of someone that are dedicating themselves to saving Yui. I feel like if Yushin had just been explained by Gamo, like, hey, here's the situation. There's these dangerous munitions. I need to have Yui fix open this up so I can get rid of them. Like, I feel like Yushin could have been brought in on this. Yushin obviously has a very single-track mind on Yui's safety. So as long as Gamo's like, yeah, I'm not going to hurt Yui, I just need her to open this box for me. Like, he could have worked with him. It could have worked with Yushin, probably, you know? Because Gamo legitimately does care about Yui's safety, given that, you know, he's her father. So, like, Yushin and Gamo see eye to eye on Yui's safety, so. Though Gamo put Yui in a lot of danger in the process of opening that munitions box, but even so. But yeah, this is the same ending, but I'm pretty sure... I'm going to have to check to see if we completed the alternate path. It's so similar. I'm pretty sure we did. I'll check after we're done here. I love how cheesy this is. Don't worry, Yushin is Mufasa. Don't worry, everyone. Yushin is still listening. Unfortunately, we have to like sit through this ending just to see if that actually finished the path. I'm pretty sure we did, but I can't say for 100% certainty. If that didn't complete the path, I'm very confused. Because I can't think what else would have completed that last path. But I'm like, the reason I'm confused right now, though, is like, I can't think of anything else that would have been that path. But the path we just took, if it is that path, that's very weird. Because this was barely any different than the usual path. Like, like this is so similar to the other path we took that if it is a different path, then I'm like, that seems like really pointless. I don't really understand. Also, I can't skip this, even though I've seen it before. Does that mean I have to sit through the entire... Do I have to sit through the entire credits? Or am I allowed to skip those? Oh, no. Devs, seriously? I've seen the credits. Devs, you have a game where the player might see the credits more than once. I understand not letting them skip the first time, but oh no. Maybe that's why you got the stamp before you. At that point, all majorly different paths and most minor differences remained. I suppose, but it's still really weird because there was a legitimate path. No matter how minor it was, there was still a legitimate path there. Well, I guess we'll sit through this again. Nothing to do about it, I suppose. So yeah, I think AMEDAMA is an okay game, but I really do feel like this game doesn't really respect the player's time. That's what I've come to learn about it. Are you enjoying the game? Do you want to play more of it? Do you want to try to 100% goals and stuff? Well, okay, get punished for wanting to do that by having a lot more repetition even than a normal playthrough has. The normal playthrough, though, to get to a good ending, has a ton of repetition as well, though. Because a lot of the random side paths I did were actually required to get the good ending. It basically allowed me to become new people that I needed to become in the proper path to actually win that path. So a lot of the side paths I did were required for the good ending, even if they didn't seem like it initially. They seemed like just fun little diversions at first, but actually they are important. So, yeah, it's a weird game. Because I feel like they had a vision and they didn't quite land it. Like, there was a good idea here, but it wasn't quite executed right. At least the credits aren't that long. But I do have to sit through Old Man again, don't I? Alright, bye. Yeah, credits aren't too long, so... And I will save in... Just in case we messed up, I'm going to save it this slot. Okay. Clear skies, save your sister. Wait, I just got that achievement? I should have gotten that in part 4. It didn't track that properly until just now. Interesting. Okay, let me, let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, that counted as a separate path, even though it barely felt any different. As you can see. We now possess Yui to the rescue. So. Effectively, they're both the same ending. You just do the final fight with a different person. Well. Unless I'm mistaken, that's every path. The only way to know for sure is to mouse over every point and make sure there's no, like, secret little blue diversion paths. I'm pretty sure it is. In fact, I think we are done, though. Yep, that's everything. It's kind of funny how I thought there would be way more events than there was. There still was a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of funny how, like, the way it, like, treed forward off towards the right when you went down. Like, there's all this empty space that I thought would actually have events, so I thought there was going to be way more. But that's a wrap. This is what a complete event file looks like. Take it in, folks. We spent 5 parts getting here. There is technically more you can do. I haven't completed the body brochure. I've got a lot of it done. The main characters are done. Castle Ruins. Samurai Quarter, done. Main Street, not done. Missing a few people. I know who those people are, probably. I've run into them, but I just can't possess them. Honestly, the body brochure thing is really weird. The body brochure thing is kind of like Pokemon, but if Pokemon was like... Every Pokemon needs a certain Pokeball, and the game doesn't tell you what Pokeball you need, and if you don't have the right Pokeball when you encounter them, tough shit, you're not getting it, and the game doesn't tell you which one you need, so you just have to try to get another Pokeball later. Like, that's basically what this is. Like, you need certain characters to get into a fight with these guys, and then you can become them. But you have to get in a fight with them first, and that's very tricky. I'm really not missing that many characters, though, honestly. The riverbed has... What's weird is the riverbed, which never has anything but frogs, other frogs, and I guess a peasant. Apparently there's another character that's at the riverbed at some point. But, like, the game never makes you go back to the riverbed, so I don't know when they show up. The only way to find out would be to go through all the different events and keep going back to the riverbed on each, like, day step and see who shows up. But that's, like, really tedious, and I don't really want to do that. And that's what I'd have to do with all the guys I don't know about. So yeah, Body Brochure is not fun. I'm not going to complete it. Pretty close, though. Got quite a ways along on it, I will say that much. Certainly have, like, over 90% of them. Soul Specialisms, have I gotten all those unlocked? I think so. Yes. And then there's the I am especially just eating all the food around the place. I probably could have done this if I had bothered to actually eat at every restaurant I saw or something, but... Bonbon, yum. No matter the injury, you'll feel good as new after tasting this. And then, of course, the food combination thing, which I legitimately haven't figured out at all. I know how basically it works, but yeah. There's also achievements for getting a number of kills with each weapon. I think I haven't done the Tachi one, specifically. But I like how it specifically keeps track of how many foes you've felled as a frog and a dog. Favorite secret technique? Death Mower. Okay. It's apparently my favorite body is Asai. My favorite food is healing salve. I love having healing salve for breakfast. I love having healing salve for lunch. I definitely love having healing salve for dinner. Okay. And then I totally missed most of the documents, which actually give a bit of lore. It would have been nice to pick those up, but they're like a needle in a haystack situation. They don't even look like interactables. You just have to kind of notice so you can walk over and interact with them when you find them. But yeah, that's, I guess, a complete file. I wonder what the playthrough data does. Does that do anything, have that little stamp on it? Or is it just a little stamp of good work, you've completed all/most of the paths? I think that's all it really does. Yeah, I'm also not max level. I assume 100 is max level. But I'm done. I'm finished with this game. I honestly feel like this game had the content for 3 streams, but it got stretched to 5. That's how this game feels. I feel like this game had enough content for, like, 3 streams. But then we did another stream and a half over the game. Because the game is that tedious, unfortunately. But, in any case, I do hope that you all enjoyed that. Even if it was tedious at times. I do think it's an interesting game. And that is going to be, like I said, I knew it was going to be shorter. It was a wrap-up. AMEDAMA Part 5. Where nothing particularly interesting happened, I admit. The failure path was mildly interesting to see how that, the outcome of that, which wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. Outside of that, yeah, Part 4 is the true ending, really, of this series, but Part 5 is that little bonus episode where we wrap a few things up. I do not believe you get anything for completing the body brochure, food combinations, food decks, etc., the document log. I don't think it gives you anything besides some achievements. This game has a ton of achievements. I have completed, if you're wondering, 42 of 51, but there's still a lot. Like, there's just achievements that don't really interest me that much. I'll just show you guys, actually. Like, that's weird. I've never done that? Okay. But yeah, the achievements list is mostly just your typical... You ever see a game that has a ton of achievements, but none of them are actually fun or interesting? That's basically what we have here. So, like, a lot of the achievements I've completed are just like, oh, complete a story objective, or, hey, soul shift to this unique character, or, you know... Oh yeah, I did manage to unlock Goro during my off-streaming, too. I just managed to find Goro, because I never soul-shifted into him. But, like, a lot of it's like, defeat 100 enemies with this stance, defeat 100 enemies with this stance, defeat 100 enemies with every stance, basically. But the ones we don't have, I'm not going to pursue, because why? It's not that interesting. The glow up, restore your soul glow. That's weird. I've just never gotten a restore soul glow item, I guess. I didn't even know that existed, actually. But okay. Insatiable appetite, fill 30 entries in the gourmet guide. Activate combined food effects, never did that. Use soul specialisms 100 times. I barely use those. Defeat 100 foes with Tachi stats. Max out soul level. Defeat 1,000 human foes. Plunder a total of 1 million. It's just those grindy sort of achievements that don't really make you feel anything besides, hooray, I've made the number big enough to get the achievement. Ooh. Like, whoa. I wonder what the secret one is, though. Maybe that one's interesting. Let's see. Oh, rescue your sister on hard difficulty or hard. I forgot about that. Yes, I could replay the game on hard now. Why would I? This game is tedious enough already. Why would I? Yeah, I could play on hard or extreme now. Notice it says at the bottom, it is not possible to change to hard difficulty level later. So I can't just change to hard. I have to start a new game on hard. Weirdly, on extreme, you can change it. I guess because it's so hard that you can lower it down to hard. Still requires... Yeah, so since I played on normal, I didn't play on hard. I can't switch it to hard. I'd have to start a new game and then to save my sister. Thus playing most of the game again on hard. Just so... Yeah, no. I mean, maybe you start the... If I had started the game on hard, maybe then it would have... Maybe then it would have worked out. But I cannot imagine playing this on hard, because I bet the enemies would just be more spongy. Again, the game took enough time already. Playing on hard just sounds tedious. Wait, it's early access? That might explain the bugs. Is it still early access? It's been early access the entire time I've been playing it, and I have been playing it over the course of over a month. I mean, early access can take a while sometimes, but I feel like it's been in early access for a long time. It released on the 22nd of March, officially. Okay. So it's been in that for about 2.5 months. What are they... Let me see what they say. How is the full version planned to differ from the early access version? It's possible to play through the main story of the early access version. In the full version, we plan to add features such as quest functionality and additional sub-scenarios. Quest functionality? Huh? So in this current version, quests are dysfunctional. Gotcha. Okay. Towards the full version, we envision continuing minor adjustments based on everyone's feedback. Additional sub-scenarios. So they might actually add more events in its full release. I don't see myself coming back to play it for that, though. Not really. Even if they improve the bugs and glitches, it's an okay game, but it's a game that this is the sort of game that, in my opinion, it's like a guest that you invite over to stay over for a week, and you love the first 3 days of them, but then you start noticing they have really obnoxious traits, and then for the remainder of the week, you're just like kind of counting down until they leave. That's this game. You know, that's this game. The game that initially you enjoy it being around, you enjoy interacting with it and hanging out with it, but eventually you kind of get sick of it and you're just kind of waiting for it to go. That's kind of how this game feels for me. Sorry to anybody who does like this game a lot. That might annoy them for me saying that, but what they added the time warp thing. If they added a really good time warp thing that I can skip around between events and days and times, then I think I would come back and maybe check out the other events. Maybe. I guess I'll have to see. I'll try to look back at this game when it does release in full release, and when it leaves early access. I'll take another look at it, see what they've changed, see what they've updated. But yeah, for now though, I'm going to say this is the end of this. So, AMEDAMA Part 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this wrap up. Play this game for yourself if you have patience. If you have patience with the guest that's staying too long at your house, then this game might be something you enjoy more than me. I think it was still worth playing. I just don't think it's worth playing past a point. But that was AMEDAMA, and thank you for joining me.